All right, so we already know what's going on with law changes, stuff like that. It's, problematic at best. I'll put it best. But I think what we're going to see here going forward, and I know there are going to be a lot of detractors in the comments for this, and that's fine. You guys, you can vent your opinions there, but we have not been the greatest country in decades. Longer than that. The United States is not the greatest country. We've been on a downward spiral for very, very long. And we're going to start seeing the effects of that. See, a lot of other nations, China in particular, were fine with playing the game the way the game was as it was, right? As long as we kept to our corner of things and what we were doing, they were sticking to their corner of things and doing what they were doing. Yeah, there was that little bit of cat and mouse with a little bit of overreach, and then we bat them back, and we appear stronger, and then world goes on as can be, right? Because while we did not have advancement over other countries, even though we've been told for the longest time we do not. What we did have was financial buying power to keep other countries in check, right? So basically, if you look at it, it was like, well, let's not piss off the US too much. They have lots of customers, and those customers like to buy our products. So let's do just enough to keep a little bit of an edge, but let's make sure to keep them in a position where they can continue to buy products from us, and everything will be set. It'll be good, right? And yes, I know people are going to make the argument that, but China has a lot more people than we do. Yes, they do, but we buy a lot more Chinese goods. We buy a ton more, and we keep a lot of the world going around by making purchases. But with the current administration doing what it's doing, we're losing that buying power. Other nations are seeing that. And as they see that, they're going to start moving ahead with their own stuff. This comes as the news of DeepSeek came out, a new AI platform that is apparently cheaper to produce and is much more lightweight but more capable than the American counterparts. And it's rising to popularity very quickly. I have been saying this for years, that China will not push its way into the United States to do any form of takeover or any form of manipulation. They will not push their way in. They won't. That is the dumb play. That's what Americans have expected, have been told to expect. No, instead, the method to do what they want to do is simple. Just make it so that the American people want the alternative over American first. And it's easy when the American first alternative involves so many hateful things. And here we are. We showed that already. If you don't believe that, if you don't believe it, TikTok is your proof. TikTok proved that Americans would gladly block all other apps if they could have TikTok back. They would boycott other apps if they could have TikTok back. Not to say the boycott against other apps was wrong. I'm full support boycotting any Meta products completely. But it showed that Americans would rather have the Chinese alternative than going to Meta. And the same thing is going to happen with everything else. That's how it's going to continue to go. In addition to that, China has a better development process for apps and technology. We buy most of our technology from China. We buy most of our stuff from there. They're going to be able to innovate a lot differently than we are. And we have not really innovated well here in a long time. I know a lot of people are going to argue that. Tell me, if you want to argue that we're so innovative, tell me what we've innovated without Chinese help, without Chinese support, without any foreign aid or support. Tell me what this country has innovated in the last 10 years that was meaningful and did something different. Tell me something. I think you're going to be pretty hard-pressed to find anything. If I'm wrong, great. I'll be glad to tout that as an accomplishment of this country. But we've outsourced so much, and we've stifled advancement in this country so much that we haven't done a lot, right? And to make it a little more refined, we're going to cut AI out of this. Like, I know we're talking about China making an AI platform here, but let's cut that out entirely. Even without that, just our electronics in this country have gotten better because of foreign advancements, which is not bad. Which is not bad at all. I don't mind having advanced technology and advancing our stuff here in this country. It's the way it's done that matters. But please tell me what advancements we've made here on American soil that have been meaningful to the American public. Because there haven't, as far as I can tell, there haven't been any. There just haven't. So no, we're going to lose our grip on the hold of the world. It's going to be gone. We're going to have to regain that. That's a lesson that a lot of people in this country are going to have to learn, is that we're not number one anymore. People have been trying to tell you, myself included, have been trying to tell people the United States has not been number one and is not number one. And your responses have always been, well, maybe you should move. Well, I can't. We've explained that. But I don't want to move. I want this country to be great. I want it to be amazing. I can admit that it's not, and I can also look at the steps for it to becoming amazing. Because great ain't good enough. Great is a housewife's sigh after her husband fails to satisfy her. That's what great is. It's not enough. So, take that and then really reflect on how we could be better. And you guys aren't. So, obviously, I'm afraid for what this means for, the next few years, because it really is going to put everybody in a perilous situation. But, yeah, here we are. Anyways, just wanted to put that out there, guys. We'll be back to some regular content after a bit. I'm just getting over being sick. And I'll be doing more lives as soon as I can. My voice is not completely up where I want it to be. I'm getting there. But, yeah, I appreciate all the follows, guys. All the new people in. I look forward to engaging with everybody and going over, new topics and discussing things. I'm really glad everybody's here and do appreciate it.